Hey guys, welcome to a new YouTube video and the start of a new smart home automation series. The first episode of this series is going to be on the Yale August smart home lock. And specifically, this device allows you to automate your door's locks without changing the deadbolt of your lock, which is very important if you're a renter and you can't change the keys of your unit, or if you have multiple devices around, or you have multiple doors around your house and you want to still use one key to access them all. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now this lock is definitely expensive, but as I said, it has one key feature that keeps it apart from the competition. And that is, from the outside, it doesn't look like you've actually installed any type of smart lock on your door at all. And that's because you're still retaining your existing deadbolt, as I mentioned earlier. That means you can keep the same keys, you don't have to do any drilling. All you have to do is, on the inside, replace the lock harness that's there. And Yale goes ahead and provides you quite a few tiny little adapters that allow you to adapt this lock to just about any deadbolt that's been manufactured across multiple different lock types. Now, in my opinion, this is really good for two groups of people. One, let's say you're a renter, which means you can't change the keys of your unit, because if you get a new lock and it comes with a new set of keys, that is probably a violation of your lease, because you're literally changing access to a unit that you don't own. But with the fact that the deadbolt's not being changed, all you're doing is just adding on an addendum to your existing lock and still being able to use those keys. Now, another group of people that this is probably really advantageous for is those that don't want to go ahead and change out all of the locks in their home. In the sense, you probably have one set of keys and that's going to open up all of the doors in your house. Now, if you were to buy a different lock brand or a different lock type, what you'd end up getting is 4 or 5 different locks that come, and you have to replace all of the locks one by one for each of those 4 or 5 doors, and then carry around the 4 or 5 different keys that come with that. This problem is completely eliminated by the fact that you can still use your existing deadbolt. So that provides a seamless way to not only integrate your lock into your smart home, but it also gives a very stealthy look from the outside, because you can't tell at all that the smart lock has been enabled there. And if you want to, you can still use your existing key the dummy way and get right in. Now, another thing that this lock is marketed for, and the effectiveness of it will really vary based on your use case, is the fact that it is one unit that integrates all connectivity, in the sense that it has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi built in. That means you don't need a separate hub or dongle to connect to in order to actually be able to remotely use this. Now, that does bring up one big concern, and that is the battery life. Now, these use CR123 batteries, which on their own are already pretty expensive, and the rated battery life for these is 3 to 6 months. And in my usage, because I've had these for about a year now, is that the 3 to 6 months is actually pretty accurate. If and only if you have good Wi-Fi coverage in your home. I used to have a different Wi-Fi router that was provided by my internet service provider, and underneath that it had really, really weak bands that could not make it out to the actual location of where this lock was. After upgrading my Wi-Fi and ditching the router that was provided by my ISP, I saw a dramatic improvement in how well this lock performed, and I haven't had to change the batteries nearly as often as I would before. But that definitely is a big consideration if you're thinking of getting this lock. If you are in a place that has really low access or really weak access to Wi-Fi, this lock's batteries will have to potentially be changed every 1 to 2 months. And moreover, you probably might not even be able to access it remotely if the connection there is so weak. Now, in terms of usability, this has been really good for me, especially after I went ahead and upgraded my home's Wi-Fi, so battery life was no longer an issue. I will say though that the latency that it takes to actually lock the lock remotely has been a little bit high in my experience. So this really only happens when, let's say, you're away from home and you're trying to hit the lock. At that point, your device is nowhere near close to the lock, so it's not using Bluetooth to go ahead and lock or unlock the device. It's using your overarching internet connection. And in that, I found that the latency has been a little bit high. Now, let's say you're using the device and you're just going to unlock the door from close proximity. Let's say you're just entering in and out and you want to lock the door really fast. Device connection has been absolutely fantastic there. And when your phone is in close proximity to the actual lock, it just automatically pairs via Bluetooth, and the unlocking experience is really seamless and smooth. You can also go ahead and buy a keypad to put outside of the door if you want to be able to, let's say you don't have your phone on you and you want to be able to enter your home using a pin or by using your fingerprint. You can definitely go ahead and install that. Although I will say that the initial setup experience for when I tried to pair this keypad to the actual lock was a bit of a nightmare. I had to take it 3 to 4 times to actually go ahead and register my fingerprint, and after those 3 to 4 tries, I was able to do it. At one point I even thought that I just got a faulty device, but all I really had to do was just really finagle with it a few times. But yeah, even that keypad, it's connecting to the lock also via Bluetooth. So even there, you can go ahead and just unlock it really you can unlock it pretty fast. Now the last feature that I want to talk about before we wrap up this video is the most obvious one. As this is a smart lock, it is enabled with third-party services like Google Home, Apple HomeKit, and Amazon Alexa, and I specifically use it for Google Home just because Google Home is the main smart assistant I use around my house. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this video. I definitely think that if you're in the market for going ahead and purchasing a smart lock, this is definitely like one of the go-to options to head to, purely because it allows you to use the existing deadbolts that you have, and that way you don't have to carry around multiple different keys that a lot of the other smart locks that you would buy from other brands would potentially have. Even I think Yale, which is the overarching brand that the smart lock uses, even they have different locks that would allow you to potentially change those deadbolts, but again, you have to then carry around multiple different keys, which for me is a complete deal breaker. And yeah, this is the first of many videos in my smart home series, so stay tuned for more. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.